As December is just about upon us and we begin to decorate for the Christmas season, I wanted to share with you what our plans for homeschooling are through the month of December. In the past, we've tried taking like 1, 2, 3 weeks off over the kind of the Christmas break going into January. And I found that 2 weeks is the right amount of time off for our family. I have older children, so they have more like heavier course loads. They have a little bit stricter schedules. So taking anything more than 2 weeks off can sometimes prolong that schedule into the late spring, early summer, and we don't want to do that. But it's still enough time to like enjoy each other, to watch Christmas movies, and to just kind of pursue our own interests and sleep in as well, which is, the teens like it, but I do too. So that leaves us this year with 3 weeks of like regular homeschool. In the past, we've just done our regular thing and then we would take a break. However, I feel like a little bit more and more as kind of homeschool tends to settle down. For me, I don't have a whole bunch of little ones anymore, and I have a little bit more time, that I need to spend more time with the younger kids, doing some more of those like typical, I guess, what I think of goes on at school around Christmas time. So I want to share with you my plan to both continue. We will be doing, math, language arts, science, social studies, geography, pretty much all those things except for health through the month of December. But I'm going to add some things in, and I have some resources here to share with you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in this Christmas carols for a kid's heart. This is by Bobby Wolgemuth, I think is how you say that, and Joni, I want to say Erickson Tata, but I'm not sure I'm saying that right. So this is it's kind of like a little devotional about each song, and it does have the CD with it as well. I did listen to a little bit of it. I think we'll just go ahead and listen to whatever version we have, or maybe the Mormon Tabernacle Choir singing it, because those are so beautiful. But inside here, it just has a little bit. There's a picture, there's a write-up, and then there's the information, like the actual hymn with piano music, some little things about it, some discussion questions. And so we're gonna do this 4 times a week for those 3 weeks, because there's 12 songs in here. And so I'm gonna add that into our homeschool just a little bit every day. It's not going to take very long to add this in at all, but I felt like that's a nice way to add in some Christ-focused music and to appreciate the hymns a little bit more. Then what I'm going to do is, I found this video through my local library. It's called Christmas Around the World, Holidays for Children series. It's an older one, 2003. So it's 21 years old. But I watched it and I liked the video. And it's just a very basic introduction to how traditions are different surrounding Christmas around the world. I can't remember how long it is. I don't see it on here. Oh, here we go. 23 minutes. It's really short. So we're going to do this video one day as like an intro. And I should say this is geared towards my younger 2 children the most, so grades 3 and 6. However, all of this will be done with all my children. So grade 3, 6, 9, 10, and 12, they'll all be partaking in this. And then what I have is, I found this book. I looked at a few different like Christmas Around the World curriculums and different books, and I settled on this one. So it's Mary D. Langford, Christmas Around the World. And I like this one because it has a picture and illustration and quite a bit of writing, so it's pretty in-depth. I did feel like, again, it's an older book. It's a little bit stereotypical, I guess I would say. It's kind of funny because they have Canada in this book, and it's nothing like how we celebrate Christmas in Canada, at least not my experience. It's talking more about East Coast and mummering and stuff, which we've been on the East Coast for 3 years now and we have not experienced that. But I did like the explanation of some of the countries, and so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this. 4 days a week. So for those 3 weeks, I'm choosing 12 of them. However, a few extra countries are not in here that I'm going to use from this other book. This is Christmas Around the World. It's a coloring book by Dover. It's Joan O'Brien, I think is how you say that. And again, I wanted my younger kids to be able to do some coloring because they love to color, particularly my 11-year-old daughter. She's gonna really love these, but it has a great explanation at the bottom. So there's a few countries we're gonna just be reading what's on here and not from the other book, like they didn't have them in there. So what I have organized right now is that the first week we'll do Australia, let's see, Germany, Great Britain, and Greece. The next week we'll do Italy, Mexico, Sweden, and China. And then the last week we'll do France, Denmark, Iraq, and Puerto Rico. I would have liked to do a little bit more diverse cultures, maybe a little bit more, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. Hopefully next year I can dig in a little bit more and find some other locations. There's a few other countries in here, but also ones that are maybe less common, commonly talked about, I guess is what I'm looking for. So that's the plan for that. I am still on the hunt for some like YouTube videos to add in just to watch a little bit to go along with the country, because this is just gonna take a short amount of time to do each day with our group work. And I want to add just a little bit more in. So if you have a video that shares Christmas traditions around the world or other specific countries, please let me know because I'm looking for some more. And then we're also going to do an audiobook. We tried to do some last year. I think one was okay. The other we never finished. It was taking forever to finish this book, and I was just like, yeah, we're done. We're ready for Christmas breaks. We never finished it. But this book is one that I listened to last year. Now, typically we try to kind of stay away from Santa Claus in our home. It's just, he's still here. He plays a part. He comes and fills our stockings in our home. But I try not to buy like Santa Claus decor or kind of focus on that part of Christmas. I still want it focused on Christ. However, this book was recommended to me. It's The Life and Adventure of Santa Claus. And I listened to it last year, and it is a really sweet book. It's written, I believe it's from 1902, and it's the same author who wrote The Wizard of Oz. And it's just about how Santa Claus kind of came to be in a very, well, it's magical, but it's more like woodsman, magical creatures in the woods, fairyland type stuff. And so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna listen to that the week before we take off for Christmas break. It's only like 3 hours, I think, on Audible. And it's a sweet story, and I felt like it was gonna be okay. So we're gonna listen to that. Those are our main plans in terms of homeschool. We do stuff as a family. We do things. We're gonna have an art night, which I'm planning, hopefully, to decorate cookies, but not just typical sugar cookies, to actually learn a little bit more about the technique and work on kind of the art part of that a little bit more, which I think will be really fun. We do a different treat each weekend leading up to Christmas for like a month, 5 weeks. I think it works out to 5 weeks. And so we'll be doing that. We'll be attending a few things here and there. We actually already got our Christmas tree a little bit early this year. We've started decorating. There's just a few things out. So there'll still be lots of family time and the decorating and the celebrating. But in terms of homeschool, Christmas Around the World, the hymn study, and the audiobook are the 3 things really that we're adding in on top of everything else for the month of December and for our Christmas homeschool plans. Hopefully that gives you an idea of some resources for you. If you have any questions about the resources or just in general, just leave a comment down below. I always try to respond to comments. And let me know otherwise, what are your plans? Do you take like the whole month off from regular school, or do you not change anything? Do you add things in like this? Let me know, because I'm always on the hunt for new resources as well. Otherwise, I hope that this finds you having a great day. Take care.